If I'm talking too fast, also let me know. Swear and curse at me. Do whatever you gotta do. Just hit the goddamn subscribe button. I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Alright. I'm not sure what's crazier. Me talking about money or anybody else clicking on a video with a guy in it who looks homeless expecting to learn anything about money. But here we go. Let's give it a go. All right, let's hope that the sound is okay. In this video, I want to talk about three particular things: what shares are, what is the share market, and why shares have value. All right, to start off, what shares are. To understand what a share is, we have to understand what a company is. So a company is a legal entity created by a person or people. So whereas I'm Aidan Locke, I can start a company called Aidan Locke Trading Co. And that company is a separate legal entity to myself, can act separately to myself, however controlled by myself or any other director of that company. So as the owner of that company, or a PCBU, the person conducting a business or undertaking, I can undertake business activities under that trading name. So business is obviously going to produce income, and that income belongs to the owners of the company. When you start a company, you issue a number of shares, and those shares, let's say I'm the only person that owns this company, then I have all the shares, and I can determine how many shares exist. I might say there's one share, I might say there's 10, I might say there's 200 million, but I own them. So I'm the sole owner of that particular company. Now, why a company goes public or chooses to sell their shares to the general members of the public is to create a capital, typically. So the next thing I want to talk about quickly is what is the share market? The share market, just like any other kind of market, is a place where things are bought and sold. Obviously, the share market being shares of companies. You can also buy things like bonds and like government bonds, and you can do options trading and all sorts of things on the share market. However, we're specifically going to be talking about shares in this video. On the share market, just like at a fish market, you can browse through and purchase something that's available on the market. The thing about the share market is, if I see a stock and I decide that stock is worth $3, that share is only, if I see that stock and I decide that's worth $3, the only way I can buy that share for $3 is if the person trying to sell that share also thinks that that share is worth $3 and has put up an order to sell that share for that value. If I put up that I'd like to buy that share for $2.50 and everybody else that owns those shares who's currently trying to sell them is trying to sell them for $3, my order to purchase that is just going to sit there until the expiry date of that particular trade. So when you're buying shares or selling shares on the share market, you're purchasing them from another person, not the company that you're purchasing from. All right, I want to quickly talk about why shares have value. So when you purchase shares in a company, you've, like I said, purchased a part of that company. So when a company operates, it has to produce three particular documents. There's a wide range that all sorts of companies have to produce, like safe work method statements, company policies, all those sorts of things. But in terms of the finance, they need to produce an income statement, a balance sheet, and a cash flow statement. Yes, I was just looking at my notes. On the income statement, it's going to tell you how much income that company has made that particular year. So let's say, as an example, your company earns, at the end of the year, it earns $1,000. That's after paying employees, maintenance of the equipment. So what a lot of companies will do is take that $1,000 and either put it back into the company, hoping to make that company more money, either by hiring more staff to produce a better product, different machinery, better machinery, whatever that company does, that $1,000 would go to improving the product or the reach of customers, whatever it may be. Or it could take that money and divvy it out to the shareholders. If you're the only shareholder, if you're the only owner of that business, that money's in your pocket. If you have shareholders, that money can often be sent to those shareholders in the terms of dividends. Now, when you put it in terms of $1,000, it's not all that much. If you've got 100 shares on offer and somebody else owns the other 50 shares, then that $1,000 divvied out as dividends becomes $500 in that other person's pocket. Quite valuable. However, some companies have millions of shares on offer. I think last time I looked, Apple had like 860 million on offer. So when you purchase into a company like that, if they pay dividends, because I'm not sure if Apple do, if they do, you're getting a cut, 1/860 millionth of the cut from everybody else. So using the income statement, balance sheet, and the cash flow statement, you can value a company. There is lots more that goes into that. You need to look at whether or not that company is going to be viable in the future. If I was to start a Blockbuster Video today, that doesn't matter how good my balance sheet looks, it's probably not going to be anything that people come to visit and purchase. So there's lots more than just the numbers in the book that go into valuing a company. So as a shareholder, you own part of that business, including the potential growth of that business and any dividends that are paid out in the future. So all that being said, I should really end these videos by saying, don't take any financial advice from me. Once again, I am documenting the process of learning. I don't feel like I'm teaching anyone anything, but saying it out loud and professing it almost helps realize the information that you've taken in, if that makes sense. So all that being said, please hit the subscribe button if you would like to see any of the future videos. I've got portfolio updates that I'm going to continue to do. They're going to get better as well. This whole process is going to get better. So please follow along that process. I notice when that number goes up, it sounds really sad. Somebody subscribed the other day, so it went from 113 to 114. Yes, I noticed. Thank you very much, whoever you are. Please leave something in the comments if there's a particular video you'd like me to make. If I'm talking too fast, also let me know. Swear and curse at me. Do whatever you gotta do. Just hit the goddamn subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.